Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio, pero una vaina... Oye, marico, hay algo, está pasando. Verga, marico. Ignacio, mete otra vaina en el aeropuerto, papá. Vente para acá.
¿Qué hacemos? ¿Qué hacemos?
Aquí, vente para acá.
¿Que se queda allá?
Sí. Verga, marico.
No, marico, esto no puede ser en serio.
Marico, vamos a moverla.
Graba ahí.
Espera.
Graba, marico. No, me está jodiendo. Marico, no puedo creer esta mierda. Marico, me está jodiendo.
Marico, tengo el corazón mío.
Ya, marico.
Llama ya mismo.
No puede ser.
¿Y
Marico,
pillaste?
mi novia vive al lado de Fortuna, weón.
Marico, se me quedó siempre en el puto teléfono. ¿Están grabando?
Sí.
Marico, me da un infarto en esta mierda.
Marico, tengo el corazón a 1000, pues.
Allá también, marico, escucha. Nuestros papás deben estar... Marico,
Muriéndose.
A mi mamá le da un infarto. No tengo señal acá ni ver, ¿verdad?
Vamos a caminar, weón.
Sí, vamos a darle.
Vamos a...
According to posts circulating on social media and picked up by Russian state media, multiple explosions have been reported in Caracas, the Venezuelan capital. Some reports claim that American amphibious helicopters have been spotted in the skies above the city. We must emphasize, these reports remain unverified. No major Western news outlet has independently confirmed these claims at this time. Neither the Pentagon, U.S. Southern Command, nor the Venezuelan government has issued official statements regarding explosions in Caracas. However, what makes these reports significant is the context in which they emerge. The United States has been conducting an unprecedented military buildup in the Caribbean for months. Washington has already acknowledged carrying out at least one strike inside Venezuelan territory. And President Donald Trump has repeatedly signaled his intention to expand military operations from maritime targets to land-based strikes. If the reports of explosions in Caracas prove accurate, it would represent the most dramatic escalation of U.S. military action in Latin America since the 1989 invasion of Panama. According to the unconfirmed reports, at least 6 targets were struck in Caracas. Russian media outlet Pravda, citing social media posts, reported that American amphibious helicopters were spotted over the Venezuelan capital. The outlet described what it called a military operation against President Nicolas Maduro's government. Again, we stress, these claims have not been verified by independent sources. The fog of war and the speed of social media can produce inaccurate information. We are presenting these reports because they are circulating widely, but viewers should treat them with appropriate caution until confirmed by reliable sources. What we can say with certainty is that the infrastructure for such an operation exists. The United States has assembled its largest military deployment in the Caribbean in decades. Strike aircraft, special operations forces, and naval assets are all positioned within range of Venezuelan territory. Some unverified reports also mention Isla Margarita, the tourist island located off Venezuela's northeastern coast. Isla Margarita is home to a significant Venezuelan military presence and has strategic importance for control of the eastern Caribbean approaches. If U.S. forces were conducting operations against Venezuelan military infrastructure, the island could theoretically be a target. However, we have found no credible confirmation of strikes on Isla Margarita at this time. The reports appear to originate from social media posts that have not been independently verified. We will continue to monitor these reports and update viewers as more information becomes available. For now, let us turn to what has been confirmed about the escalating U.S. military campaign against Venezuela. What is confirmed is dramatic enough. On December 30th, President Donald Trump publicly acknowledged that the United States had carried out a strike on a facility inside Venezuelan territory. Speaking to reporters at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, Trump said there was a big explosion in the dock area where they load the boats with drugs. We just knocked out. I don't know if you read or you saw, they have a big plant or big facility where they send where the ships come from, Trump said in a radio interview. 2 nights ago, we knocked that out, so we hit them very hard. This marked the first public acknowledgement of a U.S. ground strike inside Venezuela. Until that point, acknowledged U.S. military action had been limited to attacks on vessels in international waters. When asked whether the U.S. military or the CIA had carried out the strike, Trump was coy. "I know exactly who it was, but I don't want to say who it was," he said. But, it was along the shore. Physical evidence has corroborated Trump's claims. Members of Venezuela's Wayuu indigenous community told NBC News and Telemundo that they witnessed a powerful explosion on December 18th in the remote Alta Guajira region, near the border with Colombia. The blast destroyed a structure believed to be used for storage. Telemundo later broadcast images of twisted metal fragments recovered on the Venezuelan side of the border. Weapons experts cited by the network said the debris appeared consistent with components from a U.S.-made AGM-114 Hellfire missile or its newer AGM-179 Joint Air-to-Ground Missile variant. Both missiles are commonly deployed from MQ-9 Reaper drones and U.S. attack helicopters. The fragments included a label indicating a weight of 52 kilograms, consistent with the known specifications of these weapons. CNN subsequently reported that the CIA carried out a drone attack on a target inside Venezuela. According to sources familiar with the operation, the strike targeted a remote dock on the Venezuelan coast that the U.S. government believed was being used by the gang Tren de Aragua to store drugs and move them onto boats. The U.S. military presence in the region is massive. Satellite imagery from Europe's Sentinel-2 system dated January 1st shows the USS Gerald R. Ford, the U.S. Navy's largest and most advanced aircraft carrier, operating just 227 nautical miles north of Caracas. The Carrier Strike Group is part of a growing American military presence that includes guided missile destroyers, amphibious assault vessels, cruisers, and an estimated 15,000 troops. This represents the largest U.S. military deployment in the Caribbean in decades. Additional assets include elements of the 165th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, which provides helicopter support for Special Operations Forces. At least 10 MC-130J Commando II multi-mission combat transport planes have been spotted at Rafael Hernandez International Airport in Puerto Rico, double the number seen just days earlier. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has banned flights in an area around Ceiba, Puerto Rico, for special security reasons until March 2026. The FAA has also urged airlines flying over Venezuela to exercise caution due to the worsening security situation and heightened military activity. The current escalation is part of Operation Southern Spear, a U.S. military campaign that began in September 2025. Since September 2nd, the U.S. military has struck at least 36 vessels in the Caribbean Sea and Eastern Pacific Ocean, killing at least 115 people. The Trump administration claims these vessels were operated by narco-terrorists, including members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua and the Colombian guerrilla group ELN. The first strike occurred on September 2nd, when U.S. forces destroyed a speedboat that allegedly originated from San Juan de Unare on Venezuela's Paria Peninsula. Trump said the attack killed 11 members of Tren de Aragua and destroyed a significant quantity of illegal narcotics. The tempo of operations has increased dramatically. In the final days of December alone, U.S. forces struck multiple vessels in rapid succession. On December 31st, 5 people were killed in 2 separate strikes. The U.S. Coast Guard has been conducting search and rescue operations for survivors from some of these attacks. A grim acknowledgement that not all those aboard the targeted vessels die in the initial strikes.
Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio, pero una vaina. Oye, marico, por algo está pasando. Verga, marico. Ignacio, mete otra vaina en el aeropuerto, papá. Vente para acá.
¿Qué hacemos? Pa, ¿qué hacemos?
Aquí, vente para acá.
Que se queda allá.
Sí. Verga, marico.
Marico, vamos a moverla.
Graba ahí, graba ahí.
Marico, tengo el corazón mío.
Ya, marico.
Ya, mañana mismo.
¿Sí pillaste?
Sí, ahí al lado fuerte. Sí.
Marico, tengo el corazón a mil, pues.
Allá también, marico, escucha.
Muriéndose. Vamos a caminar, vamos a...
Si es una bomba, la bomba cae en donde sea.
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, no sabemos qué hay ahí que se queda aquí.
Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio, pero una vaina. Oye, marico, por algo está pasando. Verga, marico. Ignacio, mete otra vaina en el aeropuerto, papá. Vente para acá.
¿Qué hacemos? Pa, ¿qué hacemos?
Aquí, vente para acá.
Que se queda allá.
Sí. Verga, marico.
Marico, vamos a moverla.
Graba ahí, graba ahí.
Marico, tengo el corazón mío.
Ya, marico.
Ya, mañana mismo.
¿Sí pillaste?
Sí, ahí al lado fuerte. Sí.
Marico, tengo el corazón a mil, pues.
Muriéndose. Vamos a caminar, vamos a...
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, no sabemos qué hay ahí que se queda aquí.
Mira, huevón, durísimo, chamo. Ya vas a ver un incendio, pero una vaina. Oye, marico, por algo está pasando. Verga, marico. Ignacio, mete otra vaina en el aeropuerto, papá. Vente para acá.
¿Qué hacemos? Pa, ¿qué hacemos?
Aquí, vente para acá.
Que se queda allá.
Sí. Verga, marico.